Alright, welcome everybody back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing an Elden Ring speedrun on New Game Plus. This is another casual speedrun just like I did with my Resident Evil 8 speedrun. New Game Plus, I basically have maxed out my weapon. I have the best armor that I think goes with my build. I have a lot of stats maxed out as well. Well, not maxed out, but they are pretty strong. Like I said, it's casual. I'm not at all being serious about this. I am using a stopwatch on my phone to time it. I will post it at the end or at least I'll say it, how much time I took doing this speedrun. A couple of things to note. The game might freeze sometimes. That's just because my computer may have a hard time running the game, so it'll sometimes occasionally freeze. If it crashes, then, you know, what can you do? I'll figure out a way to still keep my time together. Another thing to note is that I may die a lot. I am by no means an expert on this game. I do admit that oftentimes I do die, either by my own stupidity or just I just got caught out. But it's okay, I'll keep those deaths in. Like I said, this is just casual. I'm not at all trying to be serious. I'm just here to have fun and show you how fast this game, which took 79 hours the first time I beat it, can be beaten in around 3 hours or less. So, and one more thing to note is for certain bosses, I will be using a summon called Mimic Tier. It literally just creates a copy of myself. That's mostly just to make the boss fights go faster and a little easier. So, with that being said, let's begin. And timer has started because I just pressed start. So here we are at the Chapel of Anticipation, I believe it's called. The first boss isn't necessarily required. You can kill it, especially this early game and if you have all the right gear. But that is not necessary because the game basically expects you to die. So what most speedrunners do, and what I will do, is they will run into the boss room, which is right here, go on off to the left, and as soon as they see the boss spawn in, there he is, jump off. As long as you jump off, or as long as you don't die before that health bar appears, then you should spawn into the next location, which is basically a tutorial cave. But first, a cutscene. We are skipping all cutscenes. This is a speedrun after all. I'm sure if you guys would like to see the cutscenes, there's a bunch of them on YouTube. This game really is good in terms of storytelling, so I do recommend checking it out. But for this speedrun, we're just skipping it all. Anywho, we're also going to skip the tutorial quest, or the tutorial cave, because there is nothing in there that we need. We're just going to take the elevator out into the open world. Now, again, this is New Game Plus, meaning a lot of our gear is still with us. I have certain talismans. If you want to check out my equipment, here it is. Just the basics is Radahn's greatsword, which has a really good weapon art. His armor, the circlet that just lets me not have to fat roll, as they say, and that's pretty much it. I do have a maxed out flask, and the reason why I have this horse already, well, the game just lets you keep it during New Game Plus, so it allows us to just run to our objective, which would be any bonfire. Technically speaking, you don't have to do this bonfire. You technically don't have to talk to Melina, one of the maidens, the main maiden, I guess I should say, at all, until you probably get to the bonfire at Landell. But we're gonna do it right now because it's just more convenient, I suppose, this way. Skip her introductory cutscene. Skip all of her dialogue. I accept her as our maiden. We already have Torrent, so no need for her to give us the item to summon Torrent. But now that we have Torrent, we're gonna go ahead and just run to the first main boss of the game, which would be Margit. Now, the to-do list for this speedrun is to defeat 2 shard bearers, head to Leyndell, go through that entire area, get Melina to tell us to burn the Erdtree, go to the mountaintop of the giants, kill the fire giant, set the Erdtree ablaze, and then once that's all done, you can head back, or you'll be taken to Farum Azula. You will have to defeat Malekith, the Black Blade. Afterwards, you'll be teleported into Leyndell, go through all the bosses, beat the final boss, and you beat the game. So right now, the only thing that we have to do is defeat the 2 shard bearers, and the easiest ones are Godric, which we're about to do right now after we defeat Margit, and after we stop getting stabbed, and then Renala, I think that's her name, yes, Renala, who is in Raya Lucaria. So doing all that should get us the 2 shards. They are easily the fastest shards, and we are being summoned. Fantastic. I thought I'd disable this. Alright, well, I just paused my time, honestly. You know what? I'm just leaving this. I am not doing any sort of invasion help. This guy can honestly just leave. I'm pretty sure I disabled that ring, but I just paused the timer. Just a small little distraction. I'll be sure to take that off, which I'm pretty sure I did earlier, but I suppose some things just slip through the cracks. Okay, now that we're here, I can disable it. There we go. Timer will restart right now. So right now it's currently 4 minutes and 42 seconds, and we're about to go fight Margit. Skip the cutscene, that shows him off, and just completely obliterate him while he does absolutely no damage to us, because we are just too strong for him to even do any sort of threatening damage, I suppose I should say. Dodge roll into that. It is possible to actually stagger every single enemy in this game, or I should say every boss, if you just hit them hard enough. But I guess Margit is just too strong for that at some points, but not strong enough to withstand those attacks. So Margit is now dead, which is good, and he has no dialogue, I suppose. He usually does. Oh, there he is. Oh, it doesn't matter what he says. And now Melina is here. She shall take us to the round table hold. There's literally nothing to do over there, but we have to do it anyway. I'm sure there's a way to just not do this, also known as just don't rest at a site of grace. But it's alright, we'll just go over on a slight detour, I guess you could say. Alright, we are to never come back to this area again, because the round table hold holds nothing for us anymore, as, like I said, my sword is maxed out, my Estus is maxed out, I don't need any sorceries, I'm literally just using the exact same gear all the time. Alright, so here we are. This guy, many people thought he was a friend, but he's not, so we're just gonna go ahead and kill him just for fun, because he really is not a good person. He steals your runes, if you didn't know. A slight distraction. but we're just gonna ignore all of it and just run through the castle. Now, this castle section is usually hard. There are birds with some razors on their talons. Sometimes they don't have it. Right now they're coming over through, but if they start to get annoying, that's fine, because my Starcaller Cry, my weapon art, is gravity magic, and all flying enemies are just weak to gravity magic. They just all fall to the ground. So we're gonna go ahead and run through most of these enemies. There's gonna be a guy here who throws a firebomb. We're gonna bait it out, just like that. Gonna run past it all, recover our stamina a bit. Run past him again. There's another enemy that throws a firebomb. Well, the fire bombs don't do that much damage to me, but the fire barrels definitely do, so that's why we bait it out. We're gonna run to this prison cell in here. There is a tough enemy in here, but we're just gonna ignore him. Grab the key, dodgeball our way out of here, if we can make it. Oh, it appears I'm stuck behind the door, and it appears I'm gonna die. Well, you know what, that's fine, because I think it might put me back to Margit, but since I already have the key, I don't need to come back into this room. Timer's still going too, so that's fun. Alright, all the way back here, back at Margit, but like I said, I should still have the key, just to verify real quick. Yes, there it is. Alright, so the rusty key. Yep, we're just gonna go back the same way we came. Instead, we're going to go to the door that was locked, if anybody saw that. That door will lead to a ladder. That'll help us continue towards Godric. Just in case we activate, we should be activating these Sites of Grace. But there they are, the hawks with razors on their talons. But we just ignore those because they are not important at all. It is also a bummer when you die you lose all your runes, but since I am just so strong at this point that the only runes that matter are the ones that I get after I defeat bosses. So we're gonna open this cell door and just head on up. Alright. Now there is an enemy that ambushes you, and I just fell over. Fantastic. See, this is one thing that I really don't like about the game. It's I wouldn't say it's not optimized. I would say it just has trouble running, and this was like a major thing that was being called out during the time that it was that it came out, that there was several performance issues on PC, but I would say maybe it only led me to 4 deaths, and I guess 5 now because I just died right there due to the frame rate being so low. But honestly, it shouldn't matter. I'm not angry at most of the stuff that kills me in this game anymore because, well, first off, like I said, this is a casual speedrun, and secondly, it's just a game. I understand, some people get mad, and I definitely got mad several times playing this game, but it's still a good game. I won't hate it for the flaws of the game being frustrating, unless, like I said, it was a hardware issue or just the game not running that well. Then yes, I will be a little mad, but like I said earlier, casual speedrun, not at all serious. I don't mind dying. Anywho, we're finally up here. We're gonna activate this Site of Grace over here and run through the rooftops. Now there are birds with barrels on their talons. They will throw them. They are basically stronger fire bombs. But we're just gonna casually either dodge roll or run past them. And sometimes they even kill each other just like that. So we're gonna keep running through, jump on down to this area. Now these two enemies right here can be a little annoying, as in following you to the next area. So I'm gonna use the Star Caller Cry to just get rid of both of them in one move. And that is why I consider it one of the best weapon arts, because it just pulls everything towards you and just deals a lot of damage. So after running through some of this area, we have to make it down here to this area eventually, so we can just jump over, because this enemy that's behind us really won't cause us any trouble, since we just walk through this doorway and they can't fit through. So yeah, this area has a lot of ballista people just waiting for you. You can just start spam dodge rolling and hope that they don't hit you. There's this big enemy right here who will mess you up if you're not careful, but we're just gonna run through, activate this side of grace, and then rest to get rid of their aggro. So as you can see, that enemy was coming towards me, but because I rested, they all reset to their original positions. We're gonna pull this lever because it'll lead us to an area that is technically faster to get to using this elevator. Instead, you could opt to go out the door I just came in through and go through this whole area with a bunch of birds that have talons on them, and then you have to eventually fight your way through a giant. We're not going to do any of that. We're just going to run through this area down here, go activate that side of Krace in case we die to Godric. And head into the boss fight for Godric. Again, we're skipping all cutscenes because there's no reason to watch them. But I do highly recommend you do watch them online, as they are masterfully told, I guess is one way to say it, or shown. That's the word, I suppose. So Godric does get a little mad sometimes. If any of you ever plan to play this game, I just gotta remember, a lot of them do feint their attacks, also known as fake that they're going for an attack. And Godric just cut off his arm, or at least he's trying to, and then he's now has a dragon on it, which totally makes all sorts of sense. Just gonna ignore all the damage he's doing to us because we are just too strong to even care. And he missed. One more jump attack. There we go. So Godric is now dead. He's spitting off some vague rhetoric about Golden Order or something. I'm sure there's a bunch of lore reasons to all of that. Anywho, we get his Great Rune. We are not going to activate it, even though it would be very useful. We're just going to run past it all. The time check right now would be 16 minutes and 23 seconds. I should mention, maybe in my first playthrough, it took about 10 hours to get to this specific point. Anywho, we're going to jump down here and go on to the lake area. Now, there is one thing I should mark on the map before I continue, and I shall do that right now. I basically have to get to this specific areas. I have to go to Fort Hate, and then I also have to go to Fort Feroth. And the reason why is because those are the two locations where the medallions are that will take me to lift into Lanedale. So let me activate this side of grace just for safety again, and continue forward. Now this lake is pretty large. That area over there, that castle looking area, is Radio Lucaria. That is what I'm going for, as that is where Renala is, another shard there. So there is a bonfire in front of the door that we need the key to get into. I'm gonna see if I can activate it and then start heading towards the gate, or towards the location of the key, so that once I get the key I can just easily fast travel to the gate. There are a lot of creatures around this area. There are some lobsters as well. You can kill them for food stuff, for item crafting. There's also a boss nearby, I believe, the Tibia Mariner. They by far are an interesting fight, I'd say. He's in that area, somewhere. So, I guess while we ride, I could just explain my experiences throughout the game that I had that I would say would make this game a 10 out of 10. For one, it is complete. I'd say I'd probably only seen about 3 or 4 bugs in my time playing this game. One of them was falling through the floor, another one was infinitely falling on the overworld and then dying randomly. Let me make sure I'm still going the right way. Yes, I still am. Another, I would say, well, there was another one. One with Tempest, where I was also infinitely falling with him. But honestly, you know, those are minor things that, like, immediately once the game came out, there was already, like, a patch coming out to fix a lot of those other bugs that I never experienced. But, you know, it's a complete game, and I'm not gonna knock the game for having those bugs, because, you know, I can understand that sometimes things slip through the cracks. Meanwhile, while we're going through this area, we can just jump over this guy right here, and we're gonna go and hit the bonfire that is at the end, because this is where Radio Lucaria is. This is where you use the glintstone key, and it'll just be faster if I activate this bonfire right here, right now, and can just fast travel to it. But anywho, continuing on, so, you know, minor bugs, I wasn't too worried. I would say that this game does indeed have its problems, like, in terms of, I wouldn't say, you know, all Souls games are difficult, I will admit to that. You know, some people will find them easier, some people will find them harder. For me, I definitely agree that these games are hard, but it's not to the point that they are overly hard. I wouldn't recommend this game as someone's first Soulsborne game. I'd still think Dark Souls 3 is the most accessible game for a beginner, because that was my first Soulsborne game. But this game gives you so many approach options to how you want to take a fight. They completely encourage all types of builds. And yeah, it's true, a lot of people will say that there's like the super overpowered magic builds that some people are using, and they are completely broken, and they make the game basically trivial. Well, these people who are complaining that magic is too OP, or like they're saying like the game isn't hard anymore if you're using magic, then I don't understand. Then if you want the game to be hard, don't use magic, right? But the thing is, like, this game has a lot of different weapon types, a lot of different magic that you can do, a lot of different ways you can customize your character in terms of how they play. The fact that you can almost, you have every weapon at your disposal and you can do so many different things with them, that this game really caters to all audiences. Not even mentioning the fact that this game lets you summon NPCs to help you fight. It is really beginner friendly and gives you so many approach options to everything. By the way, this is where the glintstone key is. Most people would fight this dragon, but we're just gonna completely ignore him and run away until he loses aggro. And then once that's done, we can just teleport to the... Or maybe this is faster, actually. I didn't even know this side of Grace was here. But I'm sure if I rest here, it'll get rid of aggro. That's good. And then easily just teleport right back. Fantastic. I didn't even know that side of Grace was there. But anywho, this game gives you the Ashes of War, which, are the weapons are, or they give you the ashes of specific summons, like the one that I'm using, the Mimic tier, which creates a copy of myself. Now, a copy of yourself, especially if you have super OP weapon and armor, then that's awesome, right? But I don't have to use it. If I don't like summons, or if you don't like summons, then you don't have to use them. But the game is just so accessible that if you want to, the option is there. So this game is definitely, I wouldn't, like I said, Dark Souls 3 I think is a little bit more beginner friendly, but this game does have options for everybody that I think anybody could pick up for sure. And just in general, like other things that make it a 10 out of 10 for me, game of the year, the world is really unique. The story that it sets up is is also very unique. I mean, I suppose some people would say it's a little too minimalistic. There's not enough like lore in the games, but that's fine. It's like you have to it's like those who invest time into looking into the lore will be rewarded, because there's a lot to learn about everything. I like following the trend that most Souls games do. A lot of the lore is hidden in descriptions of weapons themselves. So I'm sure Radahn's greatsword has a whole page dedicated to how it's Radahn's greatsword, why it came to be, or why it's so strong, or whatever you want to say it is. So there's definitely a lot of options that you can take in terms of like, or not options, but I guess you can say there's a lot of lore in the game that you will be rewarded for knowing if you were to just look into the games. So the story is great, the world building is great, enemy variety is great, the boss fights, my goodness, I mean, you'll see a lot of them in this speedrun. Not all of them, but you'll see a good amount of them, and they are all spectacles, especially the final boss fight. I definitely think that boss is one of the best bosses they've ever made in all of Soulsborne history, I'd say. But anyway, as we head through this graveyard area, we have to get to a lift, and that lift is right here. Now if you're fast enough, usually you can hit a cycle fast enough, but I guess I just wasn't up to snuff. But you know what, that's totally fine. So we're gonna jump off, not backstep. I have backstepped to my death many times already, so we're not gonna do that. Activate this side of grace, just in case. I believe we are heading towards the Red Wolf boss fight. And he can be kind of annoying. He goes a little too fast on his movements, but at least you will get to see the first use of the Mimic tier, and you'll see exactly why it is a very good summon and almost a must-have for a new player who is okay with using summons. So we're gonna summon him, drink up because it does use our health. not avoid that attack, I suppose. That's totally fine. And my Mimic Tier will just either take aggro or deal a lot of damage, one of the two. Either way, it is doing around the same amount of damage as I am. And it is very tanky as well, so thank you very much, Mr. Mimic Tier, or I guess Miss Mimic Tier, since my character is a female. So, this area, there's a lot of tough enemies, especially one with like some type of scythe arms. We don't have to do any of that. We can just jump to these rafters here, jump over here, start running up this wall, or else those ball will get us. Dodge roll just for safety. Then we have to fight a summon here. Luckily, he isn't that hard because, again, we just have Star Caller Cry, and he has absolutely no chance to do anything because we are just too strong. And he parries me. That's totally fine. Alright, buddy. Come on over. Oh, you are not drinking any of that today. There we go. So, we get a shield. We're not going to use it, but it does have a parry, so that's pretty cool. Ignore the mage to our left. We're coming over here just in case I do die to Renala. Renala can be very annoying. So we're just going to open that shortcut to the bonfire so that we don't have to run as far or go through any of that stuff. Hit the elevator button. Let's get a quick time check. It has currently been 29 minutes and 25 seconds. Alright, once we open this door, we shall be in Renala's boss fight room. Again, we skip it. Now this first phase is pretty RNG. We basically had to kill 3 of the singing girls down here. Sometimes they can spawn right next to you, sometimes they can spawn in the back. But it's just these glowing ones. So that's pretty good. Oh yeah, that's very good RNG. Yep. All of them spawned right here in the front or in the middle area, and that is very good for us because that means we can just get her into this other phase quicker. And usually you can one cycle this. Yes. So if you don't do it in one cycle, you just have to do the same thing again while she goes back up into the air. But here we fight Renala in her own chamber, I suppose. We're gonna avoid this beam of death, and she gets staggered pretty easily. And she's using her moon attack. Not really sure how strong that is. I guess we could go in for science, but I think I'm okay. Yep, that's much better. She's gonna summon right now, that's totally fine. We're just gonna use this, and... okay, well she dodged backwards, but that's totally fine. This should do it. Oh, almost. There we go. So now Renala is dead, and that's 2 of the shard bearers down. Fantastic. So, now that those 2 shard bearers are gone, we are going to go to get the 2 medallions, or 2 half medallions that will take us to Landell. So right now, we're going to activate this bonfire, just in case. I most likely will not start a New Game Plus after this speed run. Maybe that's the reason why I decided to even start doing it. Either way, we're going to go to gate front right here and make a 180 and get on the road towards getting the first half of the medallion. which is this way. Luckily, these beginner enemies are pretty weak, so they won't really do anything to us. But I guess they're fun target practice. So while we ride, I guess I can tell more about why I like this game a lot. I do also want to say that this game just makes it easier to just enjoy with friends. You know, I have several people who are playing this game with me, and we all just had an absolute banger of a time. You know, just playing with each other, summoning each other for certain bosses, especially the final boss. Like, the final boss I wouldn't have been able to defeat on my own, probably, if it wasn't for the help of a good friend of mine. But, you know, it's just, the game is more fun with friends, I guess. But it's totally unnecessary. You know, they do say that this game, well, a lot of people were saying that this game needed an easy mode, and the common joke was that there is an easy mode. It's called having friends. And that's true, because you can have one friend who's going like a magic build, and they're like in the background doing some zoning, or just doing some, you know, basic damage in the background, but then you have you with a big sword who can do a lot of damage in front. So while you're taking a lot of aggro, possibly being a tank, your friend is in the back doing some standard damage and just chipping away at the boss's health. And you know, that sure is easy mode, but it's still fun because it's like, you know, you're playing with friends, you're surviving, and especially if you both get absolutely destroyed, then, you know, it's just more fun to lose with friends, you know? Oh, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't get into it, or maybe I will, depending on how much this speedrun goes, but it's basically, I learned that lesson, that it's just more fun to just enjoy games with your friends than to take everything way too seriously. And that's a lesson I think all of us can understand. And maybe I'll get into it later. But for now, we're in Fort Hate. It is a very small fort. All you have to do is get up to this area, ignore all of these people because they will do absolutely nothing to you, and come up this ladder. Now, if there's a golden guy behind me, well, no, there's no golden guy, but there is a some type of man. Either way, we can ignore all that because we're gonna go ahead and grab the medallion that is inside this chest, and we can't TP away because we are just too aggroed on everything. And I'm sure this will get rid of him. There we go. So we have that. We don't have to come back to Fort Hate. Instead, we have to go back to the gate front and instead take this detour that will take us all the way to Caelid. So let's do that. But yes, indeed, I found out a while ago that it's just more fun to enjoy games with your friends than it is to constantly be angry that you're losing, or, you know, tearing your hair out and can't seem to understand the concept that sometimes people are just better than you. You know, like, you just gotta move on from some things, you know. At the end of the day, it's just a game. Just say GG at the end of it and just move on with your life, because if you literally just let something like that hold you back from enjoying life, then how are you supposed to do it? Am I going the right way? I am. You know, how are you supposed to have fun in life when all you do is just stay mad because somebody was just better than you, or you lost because you yourself were bad? Like, sure, it's okay to feel sad when you lose, but you just have to understand that those things will happen and you have to move on. You know, like, am I still hung up over a game of Mortal Kombat 9 that I lost to my brother because he wouldn't let me learn how to play the game and just insisted on playing against me when I had no prior knowledge on how to play? No, I didn't care. And besides, my brother never even did that. But that's the whole point. Like, why would I stay mad at something so trivial? Something that's like, you know, there's no point to staying mad. Is what I'm saying. Like again, I'll say it. It's okay to be mad when when games give you some shit, or when you feel like you've been robbed, or you feel like you've been cheated, or whatever. It's okay to feel mad, but if you're still hung up on it months, weeks, months, or maybe even years after the fact, then you need to get over it, because if you just stay mad, it's going to control your life, and it's going to dictate how you act, and then people are just going to think you're an asshole, and nobody wants that. I don't want that for you. So please, just take my advice and move on, because more often than not, it's just better to be happier that you are playing a new game than it is to be mad about a game that happened a while ago, So, anywho, that's my food for thought. Maybe I'll give more. Anywho, here's the Tibia Mariner. We're just going to completely go past him because he poses absolutely no threat, and he also just kind of gets in the way. But good boss music, I should say. Just to be absolutely sure, I'm going to take a small pause for a second just to make sure I'm still recording. Ah, yes, I am. Perfect. Don't worry, the timer's still going too. Let's do a quick timer check, actually. 38 minutes and 46 seconds. Fantastic. Or I think it might have been 47 as soon as I turned off my phone, but, close enough. Anywho, we are going to Caelid, by far one of the worst areas in the game, not because of aesthetic. I do like the red sky that we're about to see soon, if it stops raining. Well, I guess we won't see a red sky. And I guess we'll just die. Or not. Fantastic. Let me just... Okay, well, now we've aggroed a bird, too, so we can't even check the map. But at least I have that marker to tell me where I'm going in general. I do know I have to make it past a certain canyon. Onto the other side. You know what, just in case, we'll activate this, Oh my goodness! You have been chasing me for who knows how long. And you're just not gonna chase me anymore. Okay, that's totally fine. I still can't even check my map, so... Well, he's still all the way back there. I kinda see him. It was a little rough. I can't check my map. There's a dog over there, too. My goodness. This is rough, but I believe right here is the jump I need to make. Good. And I'm gonna go activate that Site of Grace just in case. But this is the Dragon Barrow. This is where a lot of like, common enemy dragons are, as well as the big dragon that's here. But there's no reason to fight any of them for our purposes, I should add. But this is a good place to farm some runes, not souls, but I guess they are souls. They come from dead things. Oh well, I'm rambling. Anywho, there is this big dragon near the area that we're heading to. He or she, I think it might be a she because it has eggs in front of her, or maybe not, I don't know. All I know is that it is a very big dragon, as you can see, and I guess they'll give you a debuff of, I think, less armor and less attack, but it really doesn't matter. We're gonna activate this Site of Grace just in case again. Fantastic. Oh yeah, less attack, less defense, as you can see in the top left. But we're just gonna run through this area. There's a lot of bats and weird creatures that give you poison. So I could use my gravity attack to get rid of all of them in one fell swoop, but we're just gonna ignore it all. As you can see, there's poison. Or I think that might be madness. Either way, those are all conditions that we don't want, so we're just gonna head up this ladder as fast as possible and grab the medallion. Fantastic. Alright, now, I think it's actually good that I unlocked that one bonfire earlier, or Site of Grace, gosh darn it. Yes, right here. Because I believe if I keep going forward, I can just, or keep heading north, I can go to, or get to the road to the manor Site of Grace, which is, in my opinion, the easiest way to get to the Grand Dectus Lift. At least the only easy way I know of. So yes, I believe we head straight. There appears to be a ghost on a horse. Nope, that's just an actual person on a horse. Well, they're ringing some type of bell, and we're just ignoring all of it. We're a tarnished on a mission, and nothing else matters in this world. Not Ronnie, not whatever her name was, who helps with spirit tuning. Nothing. All that matters is that we awoke like about an hour ago, and we've already decided that we want to beat Elden Lord, and that's where we're going. We're gonna go ahead and do that. Anywho, if you can kind of see off to the distance, is the bridge that I'm gonna be using to cross the to the Dectus Lift. We're gonna go through these ruins, which are pretty dilapidated. But it's always good that games do this type of storytelling. The storytelling that's just like visually storytelling, you know? Anywho, you know what? I'm gonna activate this Site of Grace also, just in case. These are like seconds of wasted time, but I am quite scared. Anywho, there's E.G. He's a real homie. He sets you up with some upgraded weapons if you have, as well as he gives you the upgrade materials, or at least he sells them to you, but only up to level 3. Still, he's a true man of his word, a true not aristocrat. What would it be? A true man of class, I suppose. If anybody in the comments would like to tell me what a man of class is, what the official word is, do let me know. You know, if anybody doesn't know this, you can actually pause the game. If you go into your start, equipment, help, and then menu explanation, the game is effectively paused. So, just to show that off. Ooh, be careful there. But yeah, so if ever your parents are calling you, or something is happening and you have to just pause the game, well, there you go. That's an easy way to just pause the game. I did find out that something funny, well, I guess funny is one way to put it. Something weird that happens is if you're like on an elevator and use that trick, the elevator will still keep moving, but your character will be teleported to the base of the elevator. I don't think they'll die, I'm pretty sure. They'll just be like in front of the elevator. So I guess it's like some type of wrong warp in some way. I don't know exactly why the game would do that, but that is what happens. If you pause on an elevator, the game will put you at the base of the elevator from where you started. I haven't actually tried it yet on an elevator that goes down, so maybe that's a different thing that happens. Anywho, here we are at the Grand Dectus Lift on our way to Leyndell. It took me a while to get here, first playthrough, but luckily we're here, and well, I'll give you guys a time check once I hit the button to go up it. Alright, let's see. Since I hit the button, let me check time. 47 minutes. fantastic. I think we're doing some good time, despite the fact that we did die those 2 times to common enemies. Can you believe that? Well, oh well. Well, we just have to move on from such trivial things. Anywho, call our horse once more. These giants do kind of give you some trouble, but if you just hang all the way to the left, they should not get aggro. And even if they do, well, it seems like they didn't. Yep. Just to double check. So just hang to the left and you'll be fine. And is that a knight's cavalry? Well, I guess I've never been here during the nighttime, so I didn't even know they were here. But you know what? I assume the same thing. We just completely ignore them, and they won't turn aggro on us. Now, currently we are heading towards Lane-Dell. That means we have to head up those stairs over there. There are tree sentinels in front that will block your way, but we're just going to ignore them. But because they can be pretty strong, I am just going to go ahead and activate this side of grace as well. Such a satisfying sound too. Anywho, yes, we continue going. We are going to go up these stairs. There's a side of grace behind as well that you can use to get rid of their aggro. But we might just skip that one since we hit this one, honestly. It depends on how it goes. This guy has a great bow, and somehow they are firing arrows really, really fast. But anywho, here are the 2 tree sentinels that, again, we're just going to completely ignore because they just waste our time. Depends on where they are. Oh, I see them. I think it might be actually beneficial to get rid of their aggro. Oh, nope, they're not even coming through. Well, I guess it's just easier to just ignore them. Okay. Alright, yeah. And then their aggro disappears. There is this creature that flies down, but again, we just completely ignore it. A lot of bosses are just completely optional. No reason to do any sort of trickery, nonsense, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure. All I know is that the only main bosses that you have to defeat is 2 of the shard bearers. So for me, that was Godric and Renala. You have to defeat the draconic tree sentinel that is guarding Lane-Dell. Then you have to defeat... Oh, interesting. I've never gotten this dialogue. Wow, that's something new. I've never heard any of that. I guess that was, well, that was Morgott, but you'll see Morgott later. Wow, that's something new. See, look at that. This game is just always surprising you. There's always something new that happens. And that just makes it so good, you know? I don't think it's on the scale as Red Dead Redemption 2 or GTA 5's like random events that are like always RNG, or at least Red Dead 2's are. I know GTA 5 has like set locations for a lot of the random encounters, but this game still has some unique dialogue, I suppose. There is unique dialogue for the fact that you're playing on New Game Plus. Like when you play as New Game Plus, obviously you have a torrent already, so Melina makes some remark about saying torrent has already made his choice to you or something like that, right? So it is pretty cool that they added such detail. And it seems we're getting shot at by a giant. I thought hanging to the left was enough to not get hit, but I mean, we didn't get hit, but I thought hanging to the left would just mean less aggro. Anywho, here's the draconic tree sentinel, who's very strong and very mean as well. Nice. That is not nice. Oh, I've died several times to this man before, so I must be on my guard, honestly. Get rid of Torrent for a second. Dodge forward. Avoid that. Avoid that. Oh, he went for another one. That's totally fine. Oof, fire. That's okay. This is a free heal. You either go for a hit or you heal. That's always the strat for Soulsborne in this game. So never attempt to do something that. Oh boy. Okay. Well, at least I can heal proper, and I just took that to the face. Fantastic. Oh no! You're so low. This should do it. There we go. Fantastic. So the first time I did this speedrun, I was like around, I want to say 2:57, 2 hours 57 minutes. So, and I died to this guy once. I died to Malekith and Horalu and the final boss loads of time as well. So, as long as I don't die, or, well, I mean, I'm sure I will die, but as long as I can, like, beat those bosses relatively fast, I think I can actually get a new personal best, which is awesome. So, yeah, I died to that boss once during that one speedrun, but this time I did not, so that's already some saved time, at least 3 minutes. Should probably, oh no, I already rested. Man, I am very out of it. But, I guess I am on autopilot. I am kind of going mostly off of muscle memory. I have done this speedrun at least 3 times, so it is pretty fun. But anywho, that's the Great Erd Tree. We are heading towards it because none of you heard it, but Melina has requested that we do so. So activate this side of grace again for safety. And we are gonna ignore all of these enemies right here that are playing trumpets. They are very annoying. They do blow some type of orb of light, I suppose is what it is. But they can be very annoying. Please get out of the way, man. Thank you. Go down here. And take this shortcut over here to the rooftops. This gets us down to the main street way faster. Cheers to that one friend that I was mentioning earlier who helped me out with the final boss. Cheers to him for showing me that this was even a route. I've been using it ever since. But we're gonna head over here down the main street. There is an Erd Tree avatar that will spawn in as a, oh look at that, a calming enemy. Well, we're just gonna ignore that and, okay, well I wanted to avoid that, but you know what, that's fine. We're just gonna keep spam dodge rolling to here because it can't get through that tiny door, so. It is using some magic it seems, but we're just gonna rest and get rid of it. Fantastic. Oh, and Melina's here to she's basically thanking us for bringing her to the Erd Tree. This is what she wanted. Yes, thank you, madam. Anywho, once she's done talking, we can continue our quest. Oh, well I don't need to dodge roll for any of that. I can kind of just juke. There we go. And then just head on up this dead dragon. Whoa there. Ow. Okay, that's totally fine. Head up this wing. Out of stamina, so that's totally fine. There we go. I've never been so fast enough that I got to this area at night. Although I suppose maybe it's RNG on what time you get here. There's a guy here. Again, we ignore him. Okay, well, I guess he could just use his lightning magic to deal that type of damage. That's totally fine. Activate the Site of Grace. Hopefully we can rest at it before the dude gets over here. Yep, we can. Fantastic. Get up and get out of here. So we are going to sneak past this big guy right here. Just completely ignore him. All right. And then we're gonna walk on these branches. You know what? It is kind of hard to see, so I'm just gonna activate this lantern and get poked a little. That's totally fine. Yep. Not to worry. Like I said, I am way too strong for any of these attacks to be that hurtful. And also, the only thing that I'm really worried about is just the final boss, the boss before that, and the boss before that, because they are quite powerful. Anywho, drink up just in case. Get my Mimic tier ready. And we're gonna fight Godfrey, the first Elden Lord. Or actually, his Shade version. Spawning in my Mimic tier. Hopefully my Mimic tier does not aggro on the enemies that are outside, as it sometimes tends to do. Just look at that damage. Drink up to get our bonus of dealing more damage while our health is full. Oh, he's very close to death. One of these should do it. There we go. Great enemy felled. Fantastic. We have a lot of souls, so you know what? Actually, I'm pretty sure there's a Site of Grace a little bit further ahead. But I was gonna say we can put our points into a level up. So we're gonna go ahead, go forward. That enemy up ahead on the right is not dead. So we're just gonna go ahead and give him a good old wake up jump attack. Slash through, and alright, that works out. Fantastic. So, we're gonna go ahead and activate this Lost Grace. And level up. Put it into strength, because that's what we're doing. I'm trying to max out strength. Afterwards, I guess it'll be health, it'll be vigor. And we shall go ahead and fight Morgott, which I can just explain real quick, is basically Margit, but his actual version. And it seems I'm gonna die. Ouch. There we go. So summon my Mimics here, and I am already getting hurt very bad. Okay, that's fine. You know, the one thing I do wish my Mimic tier would do is just, if they get that magic thing off, why? Wow, they should just fully let it rip. Ouch. Alright, fully heal, just in case. Oh, he is very dead. if I could just hit that. Thank you. Fantastic. Morgott is dead. You can actually talk to him. He basically explains that his whole view was that he wanted to become the Elden Lord, but nobody can get into the Erdtree to claim the Elden Ring, so he's telling you basically that your whole plan is folly to try and become the Elden Lord. But luckily for us, none of that matters, because we have Melina. So we have to rest and talk to her so that she can give us the secret Grand Lift medallion.
Allow me, you are unable to prevent the thorn, a husk, the only way, and become my purpose, so I matter the flame then and guide you.
Or the rolled medallion, not the secret medallion. I am not that smart.
Let my hand share them with me.
So let's level up strength again. Ooh, almost maxed out. Fantastic. Alright, we leave, and we're gonna head to West Capital Rampart, I believe. Let me just double check as well to make sure I'm still recording. I am. Fantastic. And do a quick time check. It is currently 1 hour and 3 minutes. Fantastic. So, we're gonna head down here. It is down here, yes. Pull this lever. Ignore these enemies, which we shouldn't because they are pretty strong, but honestly, their attacks are just so slow, so wimpy, so just, you know, no reason to do any of that. Dodge roll because that guy's using magic. I heard it go off. And once again, just ignore everything in our way and run through everything. I believe the Erdtree avatar is spawning again too, isn't it? Yep. Alright. We are at this big door. We are basically heading towards the Grand Lift. And it is a lot of walking because we don't get to use Torrent here. But you know what? It's fine. This game isn't a walking simulator, so I guess it needs its moments where it is. And somebody is following us, but again, we just ignore everything because, well, they're in the way. We don't need to fight any of them. The Erdtree, the big Erdtree, that glowing one, definitely is a spectacle though. I was very much moved by its presence when I first saw it. But anywho, these enemies won't follow us onto the hold, so we're just allowed to go up on our own. Alright, running through everything. I would say run through everything, but there are two enemies that are very annoying. Not these two. These two are just cannon fodder, although they can be annoying. What I'm going to do is I'm going to focus up on the fact that there is an enemy right here. And I'm going to get rid of him now because oftentimes this specific enemy has gone ahead and used their arrows to just completely kill me while I'm trying to run through them all. So we're going to do that. There's an enemy behind us shooting, but we're just going to use this to get rid of the one on the horse. Come on. Accept your fate. There we go. And slash. Fantastic. Now we can go ahead and get to the Grand Lift. It is pretty cool. The next area, I should say, the land of the giants is probably my favorite area. So snowy, so vast, just pretty cool, you know. But first we gotta take this elevator. And soon we'll get to the area. I'm pretty sure this is the Forgotten Lands or something, or the Forbidden Lands, I'm pretty sure. It's lucky because here we actually get to use Torrent. Yep, the Forbidden Lands, fantastic. Well, I'm just gonna activate this decided race. Once again, you already know the drill, just for safety. And we're gonna ride through. I guess while we ride through for a while, I can go ahead and keep talking about how good this game is. Or maybe I'll even talk about the fact that it's just, I don't know. This game definitely is a 10 out of 10. There's no denying it. But you know, I understand everyone's hype. I understand everyone's like enjoyment of the game, and I'm not gonna say it's a bad game, but I'm not gonna overshadow the fact that there are other games that I do like more. Like, I'll still hold this belief to the very day that I think Sonic Heroes is the greatest game of all time, because that game was literally my childhood and I just refused to let go. But also, you know, like around the time that this game came out was also the time that we got some other big games. I know Horizon Forbidden West came out, and that game, well, I haven't played it. I know it takes place in San Francisco, which is, you know, the homeland for me. Am I going the right way? I am not. I'm supposed to be going up these stairs where this Black Blade Kindred is. Anywho. You know, it's a cool setting. It's a cool idea. So Forbidden West, I definitely wish I could play it. I would play it if I had the chance. And I might not be able to rest. Ooh, I just was able to rest. That man would have absolutely filleted me alive. But, anywho, so Forbidden West, you know, A+, I'm sure. It wasn't necessarily a game, but something that came out in February that I was very, very excited for. Destiny 2: The Witch Queen. That DLC, hands down, one of the best DLCs we've gotten in Destiny history, right next to The Taken King. I would argue that we haven't had this good of a Destiny DLC since The Taken King, which is crazy because I remember in middle school talking about the fact that The Taken King was coming out, and I was also pretty mad about the fact that people who bought the season pass were only going to get The Taken King at $10 less, which was very annoying. I thought season pass meant you get DLC. Either way, you know, Taken King was back like when I was still in middle school. I'm in college now, and they finally released a good DLC for Destiny, and you know, that just kind of says something. I suppose Bungie might have woken up finally, but who knows? Maybe like, because this DLC was so good, hopefully they take all the good qualities of the Taken, or all the good qualities of the Taken King as well as the Witch Queen, and then, you know, they make that into whatever the next DLCs were, which I think is going to be Lightfall and something else. I forgot what the last DLC is going to be called. Either way, they already introduced like the main villain of the game, so who knows how it'll go. Either way, The Witch Queen came out, top 10, absolutely. So there were other games that came out during February as well. I know Dying Light 2 came out, and you know, I haven't heard good things about it at all. You know, I have a friend, she played it for a bit, and she still considers the first one the best one still. And you know, sometimes, yeah, the original can be better, but this time it actually sounds like Dying Light 2 was just bad. So you know, it's something to think about, I suppose, about the quality of games. Either way, a lot of big games came out during the time that Elden Ring came out, which is kind of sad because, you know, I was excited for The Witch Queen especially, But then all I kept hearing was just people talking about Elden Ring. And sure, I was like, Elden Ring I'm sure is going to be a good game, but like, can't I get hyped for this other game that I'm excited for? Like, I was just so excited for the Witch Queen to come out. Like, it was one of the only DLCs I ever pre-ordered, apart from, You know what? Actually, yeah, there hasn't been any other DLC that I've pre-ordered. I definitely pre-ordered games before, Battlefield 2042, but that game is awful, and I fully regret it. What else is there? This game I did pre-order as well. Either way, I was excited for Destiny 2. But, all I heard was just people talking about Elden Ring and how it's going to be the killer of everything, and it's going to be, like, the best game of the decade, of all time, of whatever. Like, yeah, it's cool that you think you have that opinion, but let others have their own opinion as well. Like, I know a lot of people that played this game and definitely don't like it because, Soulsborne game aren't their type of game. For me, Soulsborne games aren't my type either, honestly. Like, for me, I'd rather play either an open world game that's like an FPS just like Far Cry, or sometimes I'd rather play the typical, Overwatch. I play League of Legends with my friends, and if you check any of my games on Steam library, I have a lot of open world games. But I don't know, it's Soulsborne combat that just doesn't get me. Like, this game definitely has, like, your characters have weight, there is strategy to it, there is a bunch of, like, thinking to it, and that's good. That's good that games make you, you have to strategize on how to do certain things. I'm not gonna say it's bad, or I'm not gonna say that, those things shouldn't exist in games, but for me, it's just more of, like, I just kind of, like, when I play games, I kind of want to turn my brain off, because they're supposed to be, a thing that relaxes you. Like, the worst thing to ever have to do is have to work for your entertainment, honestly. And I will admit that a lot of times playing this game, I've had to work for my entertainment. The fact that there was that one boss that I fought for like at least 3 hours, and apparently it took 69 attempts to beat. Like, even after I beat her, I felt no satisfaction, and I was trying so hard to have fun because I wanted to beat her, and once I beat her, I felt nothing. So, I don't know. I suppose it might just be a me problem. I'm not, but this game is good. I will admit it is very, very good, and it definitely does deserve Game of the Year, like I said earlier in this video. But I don't know. I was just kind of more just sad that all these other games were being overshadowed because Elden Ring was coming out. So, but to be fair, that's not really the game's fault. They did have to delay this game, and I'm all for game companies delaying their games for either quality assurance, washing out bugs, or whatever you want to call it. I'm definitely happy that they do that. I'm just saying, I just wish every other game got their chance in the spotlight. But I guess that's just how most things go nowadays. Either way, here we are at the top of the Giant's Mountain, or whatever you want to call it. We are basically gonna go fight the Fire Giant. The Fire Giant protects the Sacred Flame, or something, the Flames of Disaster, whatever you want to call it. Melina needs that to set fire to the Erd Tree. Yes, we are going to burn that really cool Erd Tree, and I didn't want to do it, like, at all, but I guess in order to continue the story, it was necessary to have some sort of sacrifice, I guess. But I mean, here we are, So, I am, once again, I probably should have rested. Oh well, I'm sure I'll be fine. And if not, like I said, if I die, I'm just not that concerned. Either way, I'll prepare my Mimic Tier to summon, and then I'll be able to use one such Estus, or Flask, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so there he is. Drink up and ride on to dawn. Actually, gonna get off real quick. I'll go through this and then use my horse. I usually just use Torrent to get closer to the giant because he can be very far away for so much of this fight. Oh my! I think I might have just barely avoided that. Okay, so he broke his shin, or at least I broke his shin, so I can use this for 3 damage. Dodge along the way, that's fine. He's using his fire thing. Oh, that might be bad. Oh, I'm still good. Alright. This fight is going relatively well, I'd say. Famous last words and all that. You know, I'm doing fine, guys. Don't worry. I won't die. I think second phase is about to start right here. Yep. Alright, sweet. Alright, second phase. He now has a face on his fucking chest. You know, my parents watch these videos. I probably shouldn't curse. I'm sure it's fine. Wow, this is, you know what? This is fine. Oh my goodness, yep, that is definitely not fine anymore. Oh, drink up. What is he doing? I guess he just decided to fall over. Yeah, surprisingly, this boss can be staggered. And you stab his eyeball. That is a real sentence that just came out of my mouth. It is totally possible to stagger him. It is totally possible to no-hit him, whatever you want to say. Just understand he is very strong, very imposing. And I should probably back up because those are 2 fireballs coming to this. We're all good. Oh my, I think I barely avoided that one again. Yes, he barely takes any sort of damage for this area. Oh, and it seems like Mimic Tear died. That sucks. You know what, it all works out because I can just come over yonder and start slicing at his inner thigh. Yes! Oh my goodness, I staggered him. That's crazy. Oh, these fireballs. Uh-oh, that's not good. That's actually very not good. Let me just heal up completely, just for safety. This should do it. I was too far away. Fantastic. Come on, Torrent. This should do it. I missed again. Fantastic. I'm just awful. Wow. There we go. There we go. Alright, good fight. Remembrance of the Fire Giant. And lots of souls. Alright, this is going quite well. Just to check the time again. An hour and 21 just now, so I'm definitely saving lots of time on my PB. Let me just get off Torrent for a second because I'm very scared sometimes when he goes up this chain. But yeah, if I die here, I am all the way back at the base. Well, not at the base, but oh my goodness, Okay. I'm just gonna take it slow. There we go. You'd be surprised as to how many people just decide to jump down into that area. That is a area that you can't get out of, and the game instantly kills you. Oh, it looks like something was about to do it. I saw some... Oh no, I saw butterflies. Okay. Activate this side of grace. Rest up, and Melina will talk to us about getting the fire.
this world and death. Are you to commit? Very
I'm
well,
ready.
let my hand.
So she's gonna hold our hand and we are gonna fall asleep. Next time we wake up, we should be in Fara Missoula. Let me also double check that I'm still recording. I am. You know, sometimes my recording stuff just decides to not work, so I am very grateful that it is still working. Or who knows, maybe I'll find out later that all of this was for nothing. Yeah, either way, here we are, Fara Missoula. There's a lot of bloodstains here. I have to imagine it's from people who just decided to jump off. But anywho, we go over here. And again, in this area, we are literally just running through everything. There is no point to fighting anything. We are just going to get through it all on our own. Right here, there's a bunch of enemies, so to just get rid of them, and not have to deal with them. Just use Star Caller Cry, and most of them are dead. I'm still getting slashed though, fantastic. Oh, that's not good. Oh boy. Drink up, fantastic. Activate this side of grace. There's a lot of enemies right behind me, so I'm just gonna go ahead and... Oh my goodness! These boys are still here. Uh-oh, that's not good. One is still alive. No! I've been slashed. Well, I think because I activated it, I should spawn there. So, overall, not too bad. And even still, if I spawn back at the area, I'm not too mad. Fantastic, I'm still here. Okay, let me rest at this side of grace actually because I need to level up my strength to maximum. Fantastic. Alright, strength is maxed out. So next up is probably my vigor to increase my health. That should be good. Alright, so this dragon's here. He is kind of annoying, but again, just ignore everything that he does. There's literally no point to anything apart from just getting through this area as fast as possible. Very slow. Alright, activate that Lost Grace. That's good. Run through this whole area. There's this guy that's to our left. He could be very annoying depending on what he does, but again, we just ignore everything. We're gonna come outside to over here. There are some red lightning users. We're gonna activate this side of grace because sometimes I do fall off on accident in this specific area. Ow, excuse me. I'm sorry to bother you, good sir. Let's see, it's right over here. So jump over here, should make it just fine. Fantastic. Gather my stamina. Get slashed, that's totally fine. Heal up just in case. Alright, also get shot through the heart. You're too late or something like that. Keep on going to this side of grace, and right here we are basically at the next boss. They are the Godskin duo. They are awful. They are just straight up bad, but they are kind of fun to fight. So go ahead and prepare my Mimitir ashes. Now I'm hoping oh okay, thank you, good sir. I'm hoping that I do them on the first try, because jumping down like that, you can only do it once. Oops. Because every other time you you have to go through that doorway right there. Alright, so summon my Mimikyu. My Mimikyu shall be taking the aggro off of one of them so that I can fight the other. Or take the aggro with them. That's really fun as well. But something I learned is I should focus on the same one that my Mimikyu is currently fighting, because my Mimikyu will easily die. And so will I guess. Okay, that's not good. Oh, please, goodness. Die. Thank you. Okay, good. That's good. Where's my Mimikyu? He is dying way too fast. She is dying way too fast. Please go down. Thank you. Okay. So, this guy spawns back in. He's gonna spawn in his friend again. Oh boy. Oh goodness, oh goodness, oh goodness. This should kill. Ugh. Ow. This should kill him. There we go. That was actually good that he rolled me into a corner, because that easily let me just go ahead and hit him one more time. Fantastic. I need to sneeze. Please excuse me. Oh my goodness. Oh, excuse me. Alright, that went perfect. First try too, so we are heading over to this area and we're gonna do some more Souls platforming. Head on over to the left over here and ignore all enemies that try to give you any tough time, especially this guy that just throws boomerangs at you. Go to the farthest opening, then just make a jump, and you're good. We're gonna take a right, keep running as fast as we can, let our stamina recharge for a quick second, and keep on heading downwards. Oof, okay, perfect. Recharge our stamina once again. There is a Crucible Knight in front of us. We are just going to completely ignore him as well. There we go. Dodge roll through it like a champ. Now hopefully I don't mess up this jump. I almost did. Fantastic. I felt my heart drop. Jump up. Jump up. And there we go. Fantastic. Okay. So there are these birds. They are, okay, never mind. I was gonna say they do hurt you. I was gonna say more, they are very annoying. But we, you know, just ignore them. As long as you have all this Estus, there is literally no reason to have to deal with them at all. Ouch. Okay, alright. Excuse me, please. Drink up fully. Okay, well, there's still more of them. Yes, this dragon also can be very annoying. I mean, you see that? He's literally blocking off the one pathway to get up. But it's alright, just ignore him, along with the dragon, or not dragons, the big old birds right behind us. Ignore the fact that there's a flaming heap of fire behind us too. There's just the dragon very, very mad. This guy right here, he can give you some trouble, but it's mostly just magic trouble, which is very easy to avoid. Walk along this beam. It can be a little annoying considering this person right here will just start throwing some boomerangs at you, but again, just ignore it all. Go over to the right over here. Ignore this guy that is, I guess, doesn't want us to ignore him. I mean, that's totally valid. But it's fine, because we're going to skip right past him, step on this elevator, and we go up. Okay, now, this next area has another one of those, what was it, Dragon Lord Sentinels? Something like that. Usually I like to kill him first because when you try to go into the boss arena, sometimes your Mimic Tier will just focus on the Dragon Sentinel outside instead of focusing on the boss. So also, just trying to get past him can be very annoying because you can still get hit if you're outside the wall. So I'm gonna see if I can just take him out. If it takes more than 3 tries, I'll just give up. Honestly. Okay, that's good. Oh, that's very good. Okay, well, I still messed up. That's great. Wow. That is... Okay, well, that was really good RNG, but I completely messed up by going in for another attack there on him. But you know what? It's fine. Death is just a natural part of this game, so just accept that. When you die, we'll just get back to the area that you were, collect your runes, and move on. Or you can just choose to ignore them because, well, your runes don't matter at this point, like they do for me. My runes really don't matter anymore. Okay, so first attack is always free for a jump attack. Okay, that's fine. Oh my goodness. Please, excuse me. Oh, that is perfect. Okay, well that's less perfect. Okay, it's fine. Okay, it's fine. Oh boy. Well, that is very unfortunate. Alright, I'll give it one more try to try and get rid of him. And if it doesn't work, I'm just gonna go ahead and skip to the part where I fight Malekith. It sucks too because the other one I did because I was fighting on Torrent. This one you can't summon Torrent for, as you can see the ring to summon him is blacked out at the bottom left there, or faded out, I guess. Either way, let's give it one more good try. Oops. Well, it's a good thing he didn't go for his attack yet. There we go. Fantastic. Wow, he went for a follow-up? That's crazy. Now I know. If he does that type of sweep thing, now I know. No. Oh my goodness. Ouch. Wow, that was very close. Okay, that's fine. That actually works out in my favor. Oof. Whoop, just in case. Alright, well, I guess that's fine. One more should do it. There we go. Fantastic. Alright, and he will no longer never spawn. Even if I die or if I rest at the site of grace. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and rest at the site of grace and just heal up. Get my Estus back. Malekith is a very annoying fight, I should mention before I get into it. He is... I wouldn't say he's the most annoying, because that goes to Millennia, I think is her name. Either way, he is still very annoying, especially in his second phase, where he's just dancing around like a lunatic. And I'm sure you all will see exactly what I mean in the short few minutes that we're about to get right now. So, walk a little forward and immediately summon my mimic. And heal up.
I will not have it stolen from me.
Throw a rock, that's fine. He throws that stuff. All of that stuff can stagger me, by the way, so... Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. See, when the game freezes up like that, it's so hard to tell what move he's about to go for, so... Oh, please, let me get closer. You're just focusing on my mimic, that's great, actually. Oh boy! We're good, we're good, we're good. He is very close to being second phase. There we go. Okay. So skip, drink up just to be safe. Ow. Also, this is what I mean by he is very annoying. He reduces your maximum health. That is very annoying. And he also just does that slash thing. That's totally fine. Oh boy, Mimic Tier, how I wish you would just let it rip sometimes. Especially that magic thing. He's gonna... oh. Okay, it's fine. Nice! Yeah, my Mimic Tier actually hit that. This is what I meant by he's very annoying, by the way. Just dances around like a lunatic. No sense of... oh, gosh. Okay, that's fine. Please lock on, and also please die, good sir. Respectfully, die. Yes! Wow, first try. Fantastic. That saves a lot of time from my old one. Alright. Fantastic fight. Yeah, he's very annoying. Or he could be very annoying. That little finisher combo where he does like a big flurry attack, that has definitely led to my death multiple times. But it all works out. Alright, this is a good time to also check that the recording's still going. It is. Fantastic, fantastic. Time check is currently an hour and 41. I'd say we're doing pretty well. I'd say we have like about an hour left in this thing. By the way, there's the Earth Tree, set ablaze by Melina, but that's fine. Can't win them all, I suppose, is one way to put it. This is the main road, by the way. I don't know if you can tell. You'd come through here, and then, like, you know, the site of grace was to the right. Never seen that tarnished gold flower. I also never seen that hole open there, but I guess I'll explore it some other time. Either way, we're gonna go ahead and come up here and we are going to fight 3 bosses. We're gonna fight someone the all-knowing. I forgot his name. He's basically at the round table hold. He was also tarnished. He also wants to become an Elden Lord, but then he says it's like Queen Marika's will to say that like oh no tarnished can ever be Elden Lord, so we have to kill him. He was a homie, and he is one like in a regular game, but since this is a speed run and we already know what's gonna happen, then well, I guess there's no changing what's gonna happen. But there he is. I'm gonna go ahead and not summon, I suppose. There he is. So I'm gonna drink up.
What a sad state of affairs. I commend your spirit.
And just get a free backstab on him.
Shall take the throne. That's how hell was for us. Just to eternity.
Of course, get a heal, that's totally fine. Oh my word, you just died. Yeah, I'm sorry, but there's no healing for you, sir. You know what? I bow my head respectfully towards you. One legend to another.
A lord. Not even you. A man cannot kill a god.
It is pretty sad, for sure. I have a feeling he truly wanted to believe that somebody could become Elden Lord, but then he found out that he himself couldn't. So he chose to be like, well, if I can't be it, nobody else can. By the way, I get to upgrade my vigor 3 times. Fantastic. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of souls, but at this high of a level that I am, 1 level up is like 200,000 or something. It's almost 300 actually, so it's exciting, but not, you know, not fully, I suppose. Alright, activate this side of grace. Fantastic. And then we're gonna fight the actual Godfrey. So let's go into it. Skip cutscene again. This might have been a bad idea because he's about to hit me once. Yep. Fully healed. Fantastic. You know, oh gosh. Ow! That hurt like a lot, and that's gonna kill me. Fantastic. I was trying to say, the first time I fought this boss, I beat him first try. And then every other time I've tried speedrunning this game, I've died to him, so... It is true, every time you restart this game, like start a new journey, the game does get slightly harder. You know, enemies have more health, they have different strategies sometimes. You know, I didn't really notice it because, you know, for example, Margit was very hard at level 20 or so, for sure, but I was like level 150 once I finally decided to defeat. Now let's say Margit was like level 40 when I challenged at level 20. I'm now level 150, but Margit is like level 50 instead, you know, so... He did get stronger, it's just that I was way over leveled, is the way to put it. Fully healed. Uh-oh. Okay, it's a good thing he pushed me out of the... this man does go indeed a little bit insane, and it seems somebody else is doing the same thing. You can tell by that white spectre over there. Alright, dodge roll through that. Fantastic. Slash. Oh boy. Fully heal up. I need to go in. There we go. Fantastic. Second phase now. Oh no, he grabbed my clone. Yeah, Horaloo is by far one of the best boss fights I've ever seen because he just goes completely insane. And he actually command grabs you. Do you know how many bosses, like, I know like a lot of bosses have like grabs, but not like this dude, is all I could say. Okay, good. I did heal. It's fine. Oh my goodness. You can't tell me the way this guy fights is just not cool.
Tarnished.
There we go. Alright, well, second try. Thank you. Godfrey. Or Horaloo. Alright, lots of souls. Well, we are in the end game. After this boss, right up where the Erdtree's impenetrable thorns were, that is where we meet our match. We're gonna fight Queen Mariko, or I think the name is Radahn. I'm not really sure. No, not Radahn. Radagon. Either way, we fight her, then we fight the Elden Beast. After that, the game is over. So let's get a quick time check. This is by far my best run yet. It has currently been 1 hour, 49 minutes, and 36 seconds since the timer started. This is exciting, for sure. This is by far the best I've done in terms of personal best. But once again, we're going to go in, use Mimic Tier. Hopefully we don't die too much. I know I'm going to die for sure, like several times, but I doubt it'll take more than 1 hour, so. But we'll see, for sure. But again, this is just a casual speedrun. If we make mistakes, we're just going to live with them. We're going to skip cutscene that introduces... Oh boy, this is already bad. Press the start button a little too much. Ouch, please excuse me. Okay, well, that is awful. But you know what? It's fine, it's fine. Because at least I died super early and not super late into the fight. They always say it's better to die early because that way it doesn't feel as bad. And I guess that is, you know, technically true. Either way, we're gonna go ahead and restart that fight and hopefully not mash the start button again like I did. And be able to summon my Mimic Tier and be able to dodge Radagon's first attack. So, by the way, I gotta say, the boss music for the final boss is choice. The main menu theme, very good choice. It's always a good choice to have that as your final boss battle theme. Alright, we're gonna skip. Summon up. Alright, javelin attack, that's totally fine. It's actually good to have Mimic Tier here because double the attacks means you can stagger Radagon super easily. Ouch. Okay. Excuse me. Also means your Mimic Tier will take aggro. Oh boy. There we go. Fantastic. Oh! No. teleported last second, huh? This is quite the RNG that Radigan has. This is definitely different from all my other attempts. She did not teleport this much, is all I can say. Oh my. Oh, come on. Please. Wow, I've already used 5 Estus. You know what? I might take a death here because I've already been hurt too much. Way more than I usually do. Yeah, I only have 3 Estus to make this happen with the Elden Beast. But you know what? I'll still try it. I'll still try my best. But anywho, here's the Elden Beast. Look at the thing. It's huge! Okay, it always goes for a fire attack. That's totally fine. Pretty sure that means it's gonna go for a swing. Yep. Oh, it's going for the sword slashes. That's fine. Nice. It's swimming away? It is. What move are you gonna do? Or are you gonna do the Ring of Death? That's fine. Please do it on me. Actually, don't do it on me. It's all Mimic Tears always follow your movements, so. I hope you run away, Mr. Mimic Tear. Don't get too close. Nice. Okay. It's fine. I need to recover my stamina first before I start running from that fire. My Mimic Tear got hurt by that. Fantastic. Oh, what's happening? Oh boy. Swimming away? No. Swing? That's fine. Oh, that's not good. I hate this attack more than anything in the world. Actually, that is not true. I hate a lot of things in this world. But this attack is one of them. Like, look at this. How are you supposed to avoid any of this? This is so not fair. I need to heal. Okay, it has... oh boy. Okay, Wondrous Physique, let's go. Okay, swimming away, that's fine. What attack are you going to go for? Alright, another Ring of Death, that's fine. Alright, I need to get ready. Oof, barely made it out. Oh god. Alright, that's fire, that's fine. Oh, that's not nice. Yep. No, not this attack, please. Oh wait, that's the, oh gosh, wait, never mind. That was the wrong attack that I was thinking. I thought he was going for the, whatever you call it. I thought he was going with the projectile one. No way! Second try? No Estes? Wow! I can't believe I did it. I was focusing so hard. I can't believe I did that! No way! Oh my goodness. Wow. Second try. It would have been first try if, and I went in with so little Estes. Okay. Timer ends once I see the actual end credits. So I'll be ready on that, on the stop it. So skip. And there it is. Elden Ring has been beaten in my final time of 1 hour, 57 minutes, 40 seconds, and 95 milliseconds. Whew, wow. What a journey, honestly. This game is just good. Just understand that this is by far one of my best runs I've ever done. I'm sure if I don't die, I can get even better runs. I'm sure if I can optimize the route, whatever you want to call it. Whew, an hour 57. That's 1 hour off of my original time that I had. That's crazy. All of those deaths really added up, huh? Wow. But yeah, that's Elden Ring, everybody. We're gonna go ahead and skip these credits. Don't begin Journey 5 because I do want, like I said, I do want to explore this world. But that is it. That will be the end for it all. I'm glad all of you stuck with me for this. This is probably gonna take forever to upload onto YouTube, but you know what? It's fine. I'm just happy to have done this for you all. So do check out this game if you're interested. It is definitely one of the most grueling, you know, I would say easy to learn, tough to master type mentality games. It definitely is. So, but there is no game, I think, that has, like, you know, this much quality, this much effort put into it, this much fun, I guess, in some ways. So with that being said, I'm glad you all were here to watch that. Once again, I shall say again, my final time was 1 hour, 57 minutes, 40 seconds, and 95 milliseconds. That is my final time. And honestly, I'm pretty proud of that. So thank you, everybody. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. I shall see you all in the next thing that I make. Goodbye.